everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm having some technical difficulty, so hopefully you're there. I started a whole reading and I had to stop again. I am going to sort of start where I did leave off a little bit, but I'm going to give you some information here first off. For those of you that are brand new, welcome. My name is Patti. I'm an empath that does intuitive tarot, and I also do intuitive coaching. A lot of people don't know what intuitive coaching is. It's like getting counseling, but from the divine or a spiritual end, from whoever comes through the divine, but also too with a background of psychology and behavior, human behavior. It helps to have some of that knowledge, but this is actually spiritually divine driven kind of coaching. So if you need that or want that, it's welcome. I also do tarot readings one-on-one, so you can find that information below. I am starting with it, or not starting, but I do have a new deck. I can't put it in the description only because it's in Ukraine and I can't type Ukraine. So that is a new one. It's Pirates of the Caribbean. It's sort of a fun deck. But like I said, something glitched, so I had to restart this. So I'd already pulled the oracles for the reading. And our first oracle for the energies for this week was the number 6, Mountain. Then our second energy following the end of this week into the next week is our card Deep Freeze. Now the Deep Freeze is about progress, and the number 8. And then we have, our energy for right now is the number 6, which is about harmony improvement. So this is basically helping you get through something that you're going through or you're going to be going into. There is, when you're running into a mountain or a problem or a challenge or whatever, the Deep Freeze is about sort of standing still, like frozen in time kind of a thing for a moment, to make sure that everything that you're doing is for your improvement, for yourself, your progress in life, for your future, that kind of a thing. You're watching this, or your reading is for the 14th through the 20th, and the 14th is our new moon. So the 14th is bringing in a whole bunch of new energies for you guys. And remember, about 2 days before and 2 days after, those energies are still there and shifting and sort of unstable. We've got to remember we're getting ready for a humongous shift in energies on the 21st with Saturn and Jupiter. Saturn and Jupiter are coming into conjunction, not happened in 800 years. This is really, really huge. That's why I have the videos coming on the 14th at 1 p.m. for the new moon. If you're getting this before that, go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll be able to know when I'm on. But then we also have the energies for the 18th for the Saturn conjunction. That one I wouldn't miss. Now, if you can make them both, that's great. But if you can't, really see if you can come to the Saturn Jupiter, because unless you watch other astrologers or something like that, you really want to know what these energies are, help you understand what's going to be happening in the future and for your journey yourself. So let's get back to you guys, because this is 14th through the 20th. So your first card out was the Emperor. So again, if you're going into a mountain, coming out of a mountain, or you're actually inside of a mountain, struggle, challenge, anything like that, definitely the Emperor is about getting some wisdom, some advice, some tools, sort of like tools to put in your toolkit, that you have them there for the future if you need them, or if you need them right now. So most of the time you'll hear me talking about living in the now, planning for the future, but live in the now, because we're not promised the future. So this case, somebody is going through something. Something is definitely not moving, but you're trying to figure things out. It's like you can't seem to figure things out. That's why the Emperor is coming in, first card out. So he is actually coming in, and he's stable. He's the number 4. He's extremely stable. He's rock solid. He knows how to build a solid foundation. So if you know somebody in your life that is that way, that might be the person that you might want to get some resources or information from. I never say go to them for a source, because the divine is the source. He sends us people that are resources. So the Emperor is a resource. Yeah, we have the Queen of Wands. Wow, we got an interesting power couple here. So we have the Queen of Wands, again, about information, about communication. There is something that needs to be really said and brought to light. Somebody needs to learn how to have some better communication, but also to not only have better communication, but understand what they're going through. So with the Queen of Wands, she likes to go all over the place, and this is not the time to go all over the place to get your information. So a lot of people, for you guys, might be thinking of watching the media, the social media, what your friends are saying, or how would you do this, or how when you go to people that are already broken or screwed up and made their life sort of screwed up. So why are you going to them for the advice? You need to go to them. You need to go straight to the divine. If you don't have somebody that is extremely elder or wise or has done it, it's sort of like going to, if you want, for me, I mean, but for a lot of people, if you want to go to marriage counseling, you want to go to somebody who's been through it, done it for years and years and years, married 30, 40, 50 years. You want that information. That's old wisdom. That's good old wisdom, but it's also earthly wisdom. But if you keep going around to all different places trying to ask everybody, well, what do you think about this? Or how do you think I should do this? Or whatever. And you're distracting all the noise. You need to bring it down to one, the divine. All right. Because they're asking me to look at the cat. So the cat, everybody has their own way of doing things, and that's sort of the shadow side, the not the naughty side of people, and they might not be doing it on purpose, but they might be giving you misinformation not based for your journey, maybe for theirs, but not for your journey. So then we have the Knight of Wands coming out, and the Knight of Wands is about bringing a message. Again, this is about communication, trying to figure something out. You're trying to figure out how to make this work. If this is a relationship, yeah, you're trying to figure out how to make it work. And I don't know what that is for you. I have no idea what that is for you. So let's see what else we have. Because a lot of the times when we have miscommunication in relationships, even family, friends, it's a lot of the time we haven't really learned how to articulate ourselves in the first place. There's different ways of communicating. It's sort of example when we took communication way back in college. It's like saying, it's like saying, okay, when you start a conversation out with you, well, you did this or you think this way, it's very destructive. If you start out the conversation out with this is how I feel and this is how it makes me feel, then it's very constructive. So a lot of different communication skills. Somebody just doesn't quite have the tools here to do that. So we have the Nine of Cups. Again, about the heart, about thinking, about what we want, desire. Is a very intense. This is the Nine of Cups is the wish card, but it's also intense. It's extremely intense. This is something you really, really want. You definitely want. Yes, yes. And you really want that with another person. So the number two could go either way. So the number two could bring a unity. It can bring that, or it also can bring division. It can bring a partnership, or it can break up a partnership. So it all is dependent upon the communication and the way you articulate, the way that you do things. And thank you. So they're also saying that, action speaks louder than words. So maybe that's why this is here, because maybe actions speak louder than words. So whoever that is for somebody. And thank you. So they're saying the 5 love languages again. So, our love languages are very different. Sometimes they're the same. Sometimes we have a couple different kinds. But what is your love language and what is this other person's love language? And it doesn't have to be a couple. It's like you have a friend. And they want to feel cared and loved, of that kind of thing. So what is it that they like? This is a give and take relationship. So if you don't know the other person's language, how can you give them what they need or what they want? And how can they give you what you need or what you want? It's even at work. This is even for work. You know, your boss tells you what they need, and you have to give them what they need. If you don't, then boss doesn't feel loved because you didn't do as you needed to do. Even in that sense, it's simple. It's very simple. But the love languages is all about, there's 5. And so, you know, if you're one that loves to tell somebody how you feel about them, and their language is touch makes them feel, and you're not a touchy-feely person, they're not feeling full. So this is a communication thing, huge communication. If you need help with it, let me know. Like I said, I'll do coaching with you. But this is a communication thing. So, and that's wisdom. And that wisdom comes from knowing the other person. And then when you do know them, hey, you can have the world. You can have the world. And actually, this will come really joyful. This is more joy. This is more joy-filled than earthly filled. Because when it's, how do you feel when you figure something out and you made somebody feel good? It makes you feel really good. That's what this is about. It's a give and take kind of a thing. All right. So let's see what else we've got going with this. Whew, I think my daughter's home turned on the heat. It's hot in here. I'm having a hot flash. All right. So we have the 8 of Swords. And then we also have the 7 of Swords. Sometimes the communication is a breakdown because somebody wasn't honest with somebody, or maybe there was a communication breakdown because something was hidden. So there was a little bit of fighting going on. Now that could be a relationship, that could be work, that could be friendship, could be anything. I mean, you'll know your you want to know how you know your friends is that if you do get in an argument or a kerfuffle, and you know you have a different opinion of ideas, you know, like politics are a really huge one. You have different. If you can actually stay friends after having that kerfuffle, that friendship's meant to be. But if somebody goes away and you know, it's like then that wasn't really meant to be. It's a fair weather friend. They could, and some people are fair weather friends for a long time, and you won't even know it until you really realize it. So we have the 3 of Cups, and this is all really great. You've got sort of a little roller coaster going because the 3 of Cups is about celebration, and then the 2 of Cups again. So this person, whoever you're having a friendship or a relationship or work or whatever it is that you're having a hard time communicating with, is definitely supposed to be there. They're supposed to be there. So this is something that is a communication that is workable, something that is going to be obtainable. However, what you want to do is get the tools that you need to communicate each other's language. Even in a heterosexual relationship or friendship or whatever, men speak a different language than women. You know, it's sort of, when a lot of people my age talk about, you know, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. It's very true because we don't think the same. Women are emotional beings, men are logical beings. And also, too, the way that they were raised, depending on their age group. If you're a millennial versus somebody in their 50s, 60s, it's very different. The way that men were raised and expected to be, actually, very different. Yeah, so we have the 8 of Pentacles. Not sure why that's in there unless it's not supposed to be in there. Let's see if there's anything that comes up. So whatever you're going through right now, just understand that it's just a process. It's to improve your life. That you really need to focus in on where you're getting your information from. And not only that, how you are articulating yourself for better improvement, better growth, better understanding. Thank you very much. They said understanding, to be understood better. Yeah. So you have a newness coming, a fresh new start, something pure, something good. And this could be with the same person because this person's supposed to be here. Now, this could be an old friend or whatever, and you could be just best friends. But this person's supposed to be here, but it's going to create a newness. Once you have this, yeah, because you're seeking you're seeking the truth of the matter, but you're not only seeking truth, you're seeking to bring it all together. You don't want to divide it. You just want to make sure that it stays together. There is a newness. So it's like a fresh start. It's almost like a fresh start because it's more pure. Because you're sharing the information. You're actually being who you truly need to be. Honest, open, be like me, hot. I'm hot. Yes, I'm humble, open, and transparent. Yes, I learned that from an inspirational speaker, actually, but I'm not really hot. Trust me, I'm an old lady. So anyway, the Fool is going to bring newness. So this is actually a growing time for you this week, and this with the new moon. This is what's going to be happening. Start planting those seeds, try and figure things out, and you know what? You have to go to the divine to get your source. You will find people, but if you're going to find people on earth, find people that have been there, done that for a long time. Again, maybe coaching will help to give you the tools and stuff. And there's coaches all over the United States and world. But if you can't find one and you like the way that I do it, then you can also ask for coaching as well. So this is your reading, you guys. This is really, really crazy. And it's don't think this is this is something that all the signs are going through right now. It's just a self-improvement time. We're purging, starting new, fresh things. We're getting ready for a big reset. That's going to be probably on the 21st. So watch the reading, the live. Well, come on. I invite you to come to the live reading on the 14th and the 18th. Either today, if you're watching this, or the 18th at 1 o'clock. And I hope that you watch one of these videos. Divine had me do them for whatever reason. But please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell. I am still doing the daily. So if you need a 1-minute kick in the pants in the morning, I am still doing them. They are uploaded about 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning. Hit the like. I might end them at the end of the year if the numbers keep going down or up or whatever. We'll see what happens. All right. So I hope you guys have a great week and get ready for the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. All right. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.